8th of April and it's stupid o'clock in the morning. I'm just trying to pull myself around before I make the trip to Manchester to pick Fraser up. So I'm gonna grab a quick breakfast, coffee, out the door. I'm gonna try and beat the traffic, rush hour traffic leaving Sunderland. I will encounter a lot of traffic once I kind of hit Manchester area, because it's going to be kind of the height of rush hour by the time I get down there. So I'm just going to head out the door as soon as possible and we'll see what the day brings. Right, I'm just about to set off. It is just after 7:15. Just waiting for the sat nav to kick in. One thing I want to say is that Fraser didn't tell me until last night that he's actually moved house. So that could have been a bit strange this morning, knocking on someone else's door. I did know that he was going to move. He didn't tell me he had moved until I remembered last night and I inquired. And yeah, he has. It's literally just along the road from where I used to live, so it's still the same journey length. And when the sat nav kicks in, I will tell you how long it is going to take exactly. Seatbelt on while I wait. Put some lights on because it's still dull outside. Come on. Waiting for a signal. Doesn't usually take this long. Just because I'm in a hurry today, you see. I've got to go to Manchester, got to go to Newcastle, got to get back, got to sort out a lot of other things. Need to get shaved. For a while. Come on, man, what's going on? Sat nav is not doing anything. I'm just going to pull out of this parking bay where I live, just to move along the road, see if that gives it a nudge at all. Probably not. Waiting for a valid GPS signal. This has never ever happened before. It's never taken this amount of time for this to kick in. And it would today when I'm in a hurry to get out of this Lincoln city before the traffic builds up. Bloody hell. Right, I'm just going to head off because this is taking so long to kick in and I'm just wasting time here sitting. So, see you at the other end. Right, bit of a friggin' problem. I've had to come back home because my sat nav just wasn't picking up the GPS signal. So I've had to wake my daughter up, get her to bed to borrow her sat nav, which I'm not familiar with, so that's taken me a little while to figure out. So now I've been delayed. It's now 7:15, so I'm going to set off. It's still telling me I want to get there for about 10 o'clock, which I kind of thought, but I'm going to hit delays coming out of Sunderland now. Right, so I've just arrived at Fraser's. It's 10 to 10, so I've made good time despite the delays this morning. And yeah, traffic wasn't too bad, so I'm here now, just about to knock his door. So we just loaded in the car. Oh, Fraser's loaded in the car.
By himself.
Well, I got it. Very expensive equipment. A new camera.
Somewhere.
So got a bit more gear than I thought we were gonna bring. So now the plan will be to dump this at my house before we then go up to Newcastle to collect the other bits and bobs. So we'll be setting off very shortly for the long trip back home. Right, so it's the next day, it's the 9th of March. I'm just getting up. It is just gone 6:30 in the morning. didn't really finish, well, I didn't finish at all the video that I was going to do yesterday, so I'm just going to combine yesterday's with today's. So after we got back from Manchester, we dumped the gear, we headed out up to Newcastle, and we ended up getting some C stands and some tripods and some clamps, etc. for what we need from the gaffer. So we got this from the gaffer, and we also got a couple of large panel lights which we're going to use for the external scenes. So yeah, we've got all that. So after we come back from Newcastle, we then we had some food, sorted ourselves out, and then we were kind of discussing various things that we were going to do tomorrow. We were going to do a bit last night, and then we decided to kind of, we were too knackered, so we will just kind of crack on like today with it all, really. We did go through like the shot list storyboards, just sat and had a look through them, discussed various things, one of which was the lights in the bedroom, the fairy lights in particular, because at one stage those lights have to flash rapidly on and off, which they do, but they're not going to be bright enough for what we need. So we decided to go out and do some shopping last night and find some more fairy lights. So we found some more. So today I'm going to replace the ones that are in the bedroom with the ones that we bought. I'll start with a little side one.
Yeah.
The neighbours are going to be like, what that? How's it going?
No, I just like that all the time. Mine's sitting there. I was ordering on my camera gear. Like basically every package went to my neighbour because we weren't in. So just like every other day I just knock on and be like, hi.
Can I have the rest of the camera, please?
Can I have you got a package for me? And they're like, yep, another one.
Right, so we've blacked out the windows, and all we're doing at the minute is Fraser's setting up, building the camera, and I'm going to do some camera tests, and I'm going to put these new lights on the wall. I'll do that. I can get them turned off. I'll show you the speed that they flash at. That's the speed, isn't it? That's the right one. Oh! Okay, so we're pretty much set up with the camera. Just looking through the monitor. Oh, lovely. And then what I've done with the lights, so I've swapped out the lights that I had with a new set of lights, which are brighter, and I've kind of not gone around the spider's web, which I did last time, so we've kind of doubled it up over the bed, so we give more light kind of on the scene, that's kind of down here, and then it starts off. So I've kind of gone around the mirror this time, which I didn't do before, and I've added a lot more to the tree, little tree. Let's have a look. There we go. Put that on. Right, so we've just been going through some of the lighting setups, and we sorted out a few. The next one that we are doing is to figure out the lighting setup for when we have these fairy lights on and no other lights on. So we're trying to get, like, obviously we've got to have, can't do it in darkness, so we're going to have lights on elsewhere in the room just to lift the... Fraser is doing all the work.
Yep, as per.
While I just kind of stand in for the actors. So all we're doing is a kind of shot like this of Alice in the bed, but we can see like the fairy lights are going to be above her. Basically Alice is going to be sat in the bed in this kind of position, and then the fairy lights are going to be above her with a bit of a glow. But obviously we can't just do it with those lights, we have to do it with other lights as well. Right, so this is the first setup with just the fairy lights, and then there's going to be another shot where the actual lamp in the room gets turned on. So this is another setup.
Can't see the monitor. That looks better to me, I think.
Turn this light out in here.
Yeah. Aye, that looks good.
Let me come and have a look on the monitor.
Sure.
Right, yeah.
It's definitely like smoother. Might be able to clamp this a bit.
Oh, because this is a better monitor, isn't it? Oh, yes it is. So let's look inside of Alice's cupboard. We're just trying to simulate the room light rather than putting the room light on. We're going to have a different light for it. But it's because it doesn't reflect off the black ceiling, which someone told me to paint. We're now having to find something to bounce the light off. What was that?
I made my own grave.
So yes, that's what we're doing at the moment there. You think we need a smaller one?
No.
Should I hold that?
I was hoping I'd be able to.
Ooh,
Nope.
watch me chicken legs.
Oh, you know what? Shots are like a medium clamp. That one that's on there.
Which is a medium clamp?
On top of the
This
bed.
one. A medium clamp. This is where me light fucking fixture comes down from the ceiling. Right, so Fraser's now got me under the bed because we're trying to do a shot that simulates the fairy lights flashing rapidly, which are above the bed. So we need to get the character of Alice under the bed, kind of illuminated by the flashing lights which are going on around the room. So I'm just under here at the moment, and he's fanning around up there. So these are some of the lights we've got. We've just got a bunch of them. So that's going to shine on the actress underneath the bed. But I think we need to diffuse that or position it somewhere else.
Morning. Just need to stay under there for about another hour. Mate.
Oh yeah. Loving it. We've pretty much done all of the light testing. This is the last setup we're kind of going to do today. And then just going to tidy up and get ready for some actual camera tests tomorrow, because we haven't managed to do any actual camera tests. It's just all the lighting setups. And then we've got Katie and Glenn coming tomorrow as well to do a little bit of a rehearsal, so we'll get them in some of the shots and do a bit of camera testing with them maybe. So are you going to flash them lights in the background then?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Which you'll see in a sec. Just as that. You see it?
Yes, that is perfect. Can you see it in the monitor?
Yeah. That's pretty good, doesn't it?
That looks fucking awesome, like. I think that, and obviously when the light's brought down in post,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
that's going to look fucking awesome, that, like, the Fraser. Oh,
I'm
yes.
surprised how fucking nicely it's actually lit under the bloody fucking bed. Do you know what I mean? But like,
Under the bed shot.
yeah, like it can be sort of bring it down to like, oh that's me, there in post. You know what I mean? Or at least like darken the shadows a bit so it's not quite so bright. But that's, it doesn't look it on the monitor, but that's still quite dark. Told you, mate, beauty lighting. Somehow managed to beauty light it under the bed.
Who needs a light stand outside the window
Ah, fuck it.
and fucking lightning? Who needs that when we've got some fairy lights?
The background sells it a bit, doesn't it?
There, yeah, it definitely does, like.
Like it's not perfect, but you can't tell it's not, because it's
So
just
what-
a different part of the strand, isn't it? Really.
So what are you actually doing with
I'm
that?
just fucking twizzling the knob.
doing when you were flashing the lights?
So it's just going between 10% and 90, just like that.
That as fast as you were doing it?
Yeah.
Right, that'll work.
Because there's not much play in it, so it's quite easy to go high and low,
Yeah,
or between high and low. Sorry.
that's a job for someone.
Someone not moi.
Not what either. That's our first camera testing day over. We've got one more day to go tomorrow, and then it's the big day on Thursday. So that is pretty much all we're going to do today. It's late at night now, and Fraser's just gone up to bed, so I'm going to just finish off doing this video and then I'll be off myself. So, good night.